quick, can I share something with y'all? Okay, I'm gonna share it anyway. Um, Emotionally unavailable people. Okay, I've grown around emotionally unavailable people. Okay, and what I've learned is, as I get older and I get older, is that guys, people are allowing themselves. It could be your parents, your grandparents, whoever. They have allowed themselves to just harbor in things that has happened to them, right? They suppress anything, any emotion that has allowed them to be who they are today. And as a kid, you probably heard like, hey, just toughen up, right? Just it'll whatever, all right? Time to heal all things, and it does until you get to a certain point in your life, and then it goes back to that very thing that you tried to get over because even though time allowed you to forget about it, it was still deep in, right? It was still in the back of your mind some way, somehow. And I just want to say it's not good, right? That's why I've heard this saying where they say, what you lack when you were growing up is what you overcompensate now. And that is the truth, okay? Because now I'm so open to being me and authentic, but also being outspoken, right? And using my voice and not allowing what I'm feeling to just be tossed in the wind and swept under the rug. Like, no, I'm saying what's on my mind. I'm saying what I need to say. I'm not using my emotions to control me, but I'm using my emotions to express how I feel and to move forward, right? But talking, communicating is so important. You know what I mean? Because we've been raised, and I'm not saying everyone, but for the ones who've been raised to just get over it and not express emotions and not having those conversations, they take a toll on you as a child and also as an adult. But you gotta heal yourself, right? So that's why I like talking about healing and I like talking about trauma, but I love talking about purpose because what you've experienced and suffered through as a kid, you can find purpose in now as an adult. Like, I want these things, but I gotta take care of me first before I can receive them. That's why people ask me like, "Oh, do you have any children, or when are you going to plan on having kids?" When God says so, right? But God is working on me, and I'm working on myself to where I can, you know what I mean, prepare myself for that. And so I think when we are having kids and all of that, kids are beautiful, but remember that that cycle can't keep going on. So what do? We gotta move forward and we gotta figure out how we can communicate with our kids and how we communicate with our husbands and wives and change the cycle, right? Break the cycle and break the chains of just being emotionally unavailable. You know how much trauma people are still spreading where they are allowing themselves to just it is what it is. That's what mommy and daddy did to me. This is what I'm going to do to you. It's just like, it's an ongoing cycle. How damaging that is. And how kids are growing up to just be quiet and not expressing themselves and allowing people to tell them who they are. Because they've been taught or they've been raised to just be quiet. Don't say too much. You're a child. Your emotions don't matter, so there's no need to express. It's like we gotta break the cycle and that's why we're raising these grown men being emotionally unavailable or looking for a mom as a girlfriend. It's like it's too much. Or women looking for a father in these men. It's like that's why single is so important because you get to be alone and you get to work on you and you get to heal and you get to focus on what you want to focus on, but things that will help you grow. But that has to be a decision. You know what I mean? You are the person that has to break the cycle. Okay? When people are used to a certain thing and it's been going on for generations, yeah, they're going to be the first ones against what you're saying. But you got to think about your own family and your own life and what you feel and what's important to you. Okay? Now that you are in a position to create change, be a catalyst for the change.